Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. Today's show is brought to you by RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. HSV Inside Out is also brought to you by Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there.
Dennis Simpson and Mr. Joe. Joe, say your last name for me.
Taravella.
Taravella.
It's Italian.
No. What?
Yeah.
I think Taravella stands for got to be doing something.
Yeah.
Because Lord of mighty, you got things going on here.
Yeah, I've been that way my whole life.
Really? Mm-hmm. Your whole family or just you?
Me and my mama.
Really?
Yeah.
Just busy people.
Yeah, my mom, she worked all the time. But then I guess I got that in me. But my dad never worked. He worked and make some money, and then he wouldn't work till he needed some more money. But, I think he lived the best life.
No, he had balance, whatever that is. I've heard about people that have that.
What is balance?
That's what I hear tell. That's what I hear
I'm
tell.
unbalanced.
If you've seen Joe before, you may have seen him on Fat Possum Farms. Now, you can see the little logo here. Maybe you can see that.
My wife made them.
Yeah, and that is just too cute. The bottom line is that you guys moved up here from Shreveport, or moving up here from Shreveport.
Yeah, we pretty much moved.
Yeah, bought this 55 acres.
Mm-hmm. 50 acres.
And when did you think to yourself, I need more to do. I don't have enough auto body part things and stuff to do.
I always think that, I've always, I see something, I'm like, I want to do that, so I'll do it. If I can get a point to do it. But I've always liked gardening. But it was always small scale because I was working, and I just do a small scale gardener. And I look forward to the day I could do a big garden.
Did you really?
I look forward to it. But I never had the time. I couldn't keep my little one going, so I knew no way to make anything bigger.
Right.
But
now your little one was in Shreveport?
My little one's in Shreveport. I had a small garden, then we had a raised garden, and, and it was just, like I say, just a little small area.
Well, no, here's what I'm getting at. I don't know the ground type there, and I know we're not in the
totally
village.
Different.
Totally, I bet. Yeah, the village is basically Shattered Church, and where we're sitting is down near Mountain Pine, Greater Mountain Pine. We're kind of the burbs,
Yeah.
This is good soil here, I can tell. This is good soil.
It's rocky.
Well,
which
I mean,
guess
You get a crop of rocks every time it rains, but then you just throw those out and get another crop, right?
Yeah, well, I've moved some rocks. Now. I have moved some rocks. But they keep coming back.
Well, so this is Fat Possum Farms. You do a little bit of everything, but I've got to hear. I want to hear how you're gonna make your first million with the purple hull peas. Now, by the way, if y'all have seen Joe before and you've thought to yourself, this guy looks familiar, and this building looks familiar. Joe has his own YouTube channel, and I've been watching. If you need a good laugh, and I know it's supposed to be funny, right? It's supposed to be funny, right, Joe?
Yeah, some of it. I try to be, and some of it just works out that way.
If you want to see, let me think of some highlights here recently. You testing out the electric fence. Apparently it worked.
Yeah, I had to.
Why did you have
That's
to
the only way you know.
Just put your arm against
Because
it?
I tested, I had one here, and the deer kept coming in, and I touched it, and it was just a light tingle.
Little tickle?
Just a little tingle. I thought, well, that ain't nothing.
No, that ain't stopping.
And then, but that thing out there, it'll let you know. I mean, I think my heart stopped for just a second and reset. But I said,
Like testing a taser on yourself, right?
about like what it was.
Well, and where I'm going with all this is that Joe has his own channel. It is absolutely delightful. I love the tractor show. I love the hay bale show. I love the how I'm gonna make my first million with purple hull peas.
Yeah.
This one, people, is worth your listen, I promise. So what did you think? Did it start at the flea market, or had you already been thinking about purple hull peas?
No, it was a car swap show. It was Pate Swap Meet, and it's all automotive, which everything is there. But I was riding along, and we ride a bicycle. It's so big, and I just kind of looked at my eye, and I seen that, and my papa had one, and I thought that looks like my papa's purple hull pea, my pea sheller, and I stopped by
Not
there.
everybody can spot a purple hull pea sheller,
Not
I'm
out
telling
of
you,
corner of
people.
your eye pedaling on a bicycle when there's just junk spread for miles,
Carburetors, Elderbrox,
just
manifolds.
everything just piled up, and but I stopped and I bought that thing off of him. He was surprised. He said, I didn't think nobody knew what that was up here at the car show.
Well, in the video, and I'm giving a little bit of it away, but in the video, the greatest part, and I'm assuming Dana shot this, is a picture of you with the purple hull pea machine on the back of your bicycle, and she's filming as you walk away. I'm like, only certain men could put the purple hull sheller on the back, and we'll get some video here in a minute. But
yeah, I did that video and put it on Facebook, because every year when we go to Pate Swap Meet, I do a little Facebook this year at Pate Swap Meet.
Right.
And that year I had to make a video. So I went back and found that shot and
put it back in there.
re-recorded it and put it back in there. But it
So,
was on my Facebook page.
If you think about it, a couple of 50, maybe 60-something-year-old guys sitting talking about technology, and see all of our videos, we've got this fancy equipment that Randy's helped me pick out, and we've got fancy microphones and all that, and you have a cell phone.
That's it. Everything's done with my cell phone.
And you do your editing and everything that way.
Everything. I bought this little editing thing, InShot.
Yeah?
And it was like you could buy it for $30 or rent it. I just bought it, and it has everything on it. It's just finding it and learning how to use it.
It's a lot of strong learning curve.
Yeah, it is. When you don't have nobody to show you, you just got to figure it out.
Well, let's have a discussion about learning curve. Tell me about planting purple hull peas
That was a learning
near
curve.
Mountain Pine, Arkansas, and how many you need.
Yeah. We planted them last year, and we got some and ate them. They were good, and I thought, well, this year I'm gonna amp it up, where we can have a lot, you know, to freeze and give to the friend. And so I got to messing around, me and my neighbor, and we staked off a half an acre.
Half an acre.
Half an acre.
That's 100 by 200 people, roughly, give or take a couple.
Yeah, it's roughly half an acre. But and my wife was like, "What are you doing?
Why do you need that much land?"
I said, "This gonna
I've been
be
wanting a
the
big
pig
garden,
patch."
Dana. Been wanting a big, big
and
garden.
see, we just built that big garden.
Oh.
I mean, that was our garden.
Oh, so this is not the purple hull pea garden.
That's
it's
not
out there.
Purple Pea Garden. It's out there. And, and me and my wife fenced all that out, before winter set in, and that was going to be our big garden. It was a bigger garden I ever had in my whole life. It was big.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
For me. And then she come back, and me and my neighbor John was staking over there, way across the yard. And she was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "It's going to be my pea patch." And she's like, "What are you going to do with them peas?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm going to plant them. and I guess I'll give them away or
That's
something.
how I make my first million.
Well, I didn't know back then, I didn't know nobody would buy a purple hull pea. We just grew them
Just
and
gave
ate
them away
them.
to your
Yeah,
neighbors.
or give, all the stuff I was planted, I always gave away. We'd
Yeah.
eat some and not have left over, too much growing, I'd give it away.
Yeah.
And but anyhow, come to find out, people love purple hull peas, and then come to find out they don't really sell them in grocery stores for some reason. I don't know. They sell everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we had people driving from miles, to get some peas.
So now let me go back to it. We got to see but you didn't know how to price them.
I didn't know nothing about it. Nothing. I just did research. I went on YouTube and watched some other guys, and they really didn't talk about prices. So I went on Facebook, and there were some people selling them,
Right.
and I kind of robbed their price. And actually, I hate to say this on screen, but we actually went up a little bit because it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
And the profit wasn't just there for
Well,
the
not
work
that-
you did.
not just
People
that-
was buying them as fast as we was selling them, so
Yeah.
we didn't really go up on the price. We just put it at $6 a pound, no matter how many you bought. Everybody else, when you buy so many pounds, you get a cut.
Yeah.
But we just put it at $6 across the board, so there just wasn't a
So,
reduction.
but
I
that's
guess.
unshelled, and if you shell them, that's shelled.
No, that's
That's
shelled.
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 Unshelled is
was-
$3?
It's $3, yeah. And it works out about the same. How many peas you wind up with.
Yeah.
But a lot of people want to shell them themselves. A lot of
Do
people
they
want
really?
to pick them. They're like, let me come out and pick them. Let me come out and pick them.
And you're like, heck yeah, come on out. We
Well, no, because I don't want them
got in your field.
in my garden. And I don't want them, they'll get out there and they'll just pick the prime ones or
Yeah.
yank and break the vine.
Break the
If I
vine.
knew someone like, and they kind of knew what they was doing, I'd let them go out there and pick them. But I don't, you just don't know. People show up with kids or something, and they get to tromping around. And I got rows right beside rows of
Yeah,
other stuff,
yeah.
and my drip tape's in there, and it's all stretched out.
So
You just
now-
got to be careful when you're walking through there. You
Yeah,
gotta know.
exactly. It's not a playground.
No,
Right, no, it's a work yard. And where I was going to go with that, just off to the side here, you've got the is it Cedar Creek? Is it Cedar Creek that's just beside you here?
To what, Glazy Pole?
Yeah. Oh, is it Glazy Poe?
Glazy Pole Creek, yeah. It was right down through there, back through there.
Now, as we speak this today, tell you what, I'm going to do a rare thing I never do. Turn the camera around and let you fine people see what we're looking out at right now.
That's all my junk.
No, that's not your junk. It's a beautiful truck, and Diane always says when she sees those older trucks like that with that frame, that they don't make them that way anymore. They don't style them like that way. It's beautiful. And anyway, we're just sitting here, and it's a drizzly, rainy day, which is rare for August most times.
Cool weather.
Man, this is.
August.
Well, now you said on one of your last videos, you said that you thought your stuff was petering out. That you may have got.
It was. They kind of bloomed, and then you had all these peas growing. But then I noticed when you come out here in the morning, it would just be beautiful white blooms.
Really?
Just all over the top. We got a beehive, but
I
bees,
saw that. Yeah.
just a buzz of bees, when you walked out there. And then I started noticing the blooms every morning wasn't as many, and then they was getting fewer and fewer. And I thought, well, maybe that's it, And but then we got that cool weather when that big storm came through, and all that rain, 3 inches of rain. And then I guess when it cooled down, they just started blooming again.
Really?
And
You think they may
and I
bloom after this one? Getting kind of late in the year. It's August, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Now, whether I pick them again is another story. That's what I was telling the last lady was here. She's like, "Gave me purple feet." I said, there's some out there, but it's really not enough for me to go
Yeah.
pick and then try to advertise and sell.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there'll be, you can get a good mess out there if you
Well,
will.
there's another place, there's a roadside place we're going to do an interview with over on Highway 5 that actually they have a, basically deal your own. It's a trust deal.
Yeah.
You come in the box, you put $5 in the box, and
Yeah.
that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
And but we got a black diamond watermelon over there the other day, and the thing was 27 pounds.
Yeah,
And I had my little 60-pound granddaughter carry it because she loves watermelon, and excuse me. And when we got it back to the car, I put a blade in that thing and just
Yeah.
ripped right open, and I thought, what, second week of August? We're about done.
Yeah.
We're about done for the productive
That's
stuff.
how
And
those are when you cut them. They just
really,
pop open.
Let me tip this down here just a minute. Well, I can't much. Here we go. I do that just a touch. Well, no, I still can't. Here we go. Just a whole bunch of, there we go. A whole bunch of watermelons right behind us. Now, Joe, what days are y'all usually open? I'll see that Dana will put something on Facebook, but I don't know.
We don't really have set days. We just kind of, when we pick, we'll put out there, we'll be open tomorrow, or, 8
When we
till
get a mess of 'em.
8 till 3, and people show up. A lot of times they'll buy us out, or they'll buy us down enough, and then we just wait till we get another mess of stuff. We were selling just a little bit of everything: squash, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers. The peppers are still producing like crazy. I don't know. I'm gonna let them produce.
Well, hang on. So the bottom line here is, any regrets so far, Joe?
If my wife was
We'll
sitting
be
here,
back. We'll be back.
if my wife was sitting here, she would start speaking right now. But, I had a fun time doing it. I regret not making my goal. I don't really regret it.
Well, your first million.
And
Purple Whole
I was
Peas.
way far off from my $1 million goal. But I was surprised. I met a lot of people, and we discovered something we didn't even know existed out there.
Yeah.
And finally, this land has paid me back a little bit.
A little bit of what you
all
put
the
in.
hard work and money I put in. I've retrieved a little bit.
A little bit. Enough to
a
put gas in the truck this week.
Yeah, or put a tire on the tractor. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Exactly. Well, this is.
Yeah, I don't regret any of it. I had a good time doing it. It was when it got real hot was the hardest part.
Yeah.
It was just hot, and we was out there for 2 or 3 hours in the heat.
And you're coming in the morning and it's still hot.
Yeah, you come in the morning, you start off good, and then it gets hot. Or you come in the evening, it starts off hot and it cools down. But I'm used to the heat. I've worked out in the heat.
Yeah.
It's still hot to me. Don't get me wrong. But my wife's a nurse, and I knew.
Oh, it's 68 degrees where she is every day, all the time.
Now she walks and works. She's working, but doing labor and doing it in the heat is two different things.
Well, I don't. I'm a South Arkansas boy too. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. I mean, it's hot. Okay, it's hot. So what?
Yeah.
Now it's 98% humidity and it's 99 degrees. Nobody's moving very fast at that time. So we're all going to kind of get slower.
Mess around, and fall over.
Now y'all are from Shreveport, from the Shreveport area, right?
Yeah, and it gets hot there.
It gets hot there.
A little bit hotter,
A little, and just as humid mostly.
A little more humid, but.
I had a friend come from California, and I said, "What do you think about Arkansas?" And I'm looking as I look out your beautiful garage windows here now. I said, "What do you think about Arkansas?" And she said, "It's so green." And I said, "Well, what color is it supposed to be? Things are supposed to be green when they're healthy, right? Isn't that what it is?" And then I went to California and I realized it's so brown all the time, everywhere.
My son was stationed in California, 29 Palms, and it was out in the desert.
Yeah.
And you didn't see nothing till you got close to the ocean. It was
Nothing
desert.
green,
Then you get over close to the ocean, and it was all nice and beautiful California like you see on TV. What you expect the whole place to be. But
the rest of it's just desert land.
it's just desert land.
And sandy,
Sand and lizards.
Lizards. And no fat possums. No fat possums until in
This will
California.
probably be fat lizard farm if it was in California.
I tell you what, for Hot Springs Village Inside Out, I'm Dennis Simpson. He's Joe. We will see you next time.
Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.